Today, I'm going to teach you how to use the PyCharm IDE. So far we've been using Rebel, and that's been good for most of the things that we have to do. It, however, lacks a debugging tool, a sufficient debugging tool. So I'm going to show you how to use PyCharm, which has a very good debugging tool. So I'm going to go to Chrome because you'll need to download this first. And oh, that's me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and enter PyCharm. Okay, I press it. And it should be the very first link at the top. And then you're going to go to the top right corner and press download. And then you're going to scroll down. So this is the download for the professional version, which you do not need. There's a free version. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the download button for the community edition, which is free. And you're going to press the download button. It's going to pull up a task wizard. You're going to follow the prompts, and then you're going to get yourself your free PyCharm IDE. So to open it, I'm just going to press the button here. So here it is. I added a shortcut to it. And then it's stuck on my other screen, the screen that has a recording on it. So I'm just trying to move it, and it is not cooperating right now. 1 second. Yeah, I don't know why it was being so rambunctious, but anyway, so right now I have an open file. When you start this, it won't have anything. So what you're going to do is you're going to press File, and you're going to press New Project. And then you're going to name your project whatever you want. So I'm going to say this is called Python Test. And then 2, because I did this a little bit earlier. So the environment, virtual environment, location here, base interpreter. So all this stuff, create a main.py welcome script. This is totally up to you. So this will open with a Python script already implanted. Let's go ahead and do that first. So I'm going to press the create button. I'm going to create it in this window. And I'm going to wait for it to load just a little bit. Okay, so here is that preliminary code that I was talking about. And on the very top right, the triangle is to run the code. So we're going to do that. And it works just fine. The console prints out hi PyCharm, which is what's reflected in the code here. So now we're going to make our own code, and we're going to try it out. So we're just going to print hello world. That's what we usually do when we're making our first programs. So I'm going to press the run button. Okay. Now I'm going to create a little bit more code than this. So let's say we print hello world. Let's say we print my name is Professor Diaz, and I guess you'll put your own name. And then let me put something else. We'll see if we can make an error, and then we'll see if we can debug the error. So I'm just going to have 3 print statements, and then this will be this is the third print statement, and I'll put the error on hello world. So first I'm going to run it. So you can see what it looks like. Okay, so when it runs efficiently, it just prints out all the things. So now I'm going to get rid of a quotation mark, and I'm going to try to run it, and it should give me an error. Yeah. So EOL will scanning string literal, and I want to be able to debug this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first look at what it says. Okay, it says that this is happening on line 2. So I'm going to go to line 2, and I'm going to press within this area right here. And it gives me a ball, like a little red ball. And that's to signal that the debugging is going to occur there. So instead of pressing the run button, I'm going to press the debug button. It's a little picture of a bug. And there we go. Okay. So now we get a whole list of things that are potentially wrong with our code. We get an error message here, exception scanning, and then we get a script. So 1 second. Okay, and we're just going to go back to our main.py, so it should be right here. We can close the error message. And I'm actually going to add a breakpoint right before our line of code that gets that crashes us. So I'm going to press the debug button again. And it looks like it went immediately to, one second, just one second. So we can't even run the code at all. Well, there's this kind of an error. If it's a syntax error, it's not going to run at all. Let me try to put a logical error. So let's create a variable called, we'll have apples. I like doing this. This is easy, and I like apples. Apples is 10. Carrots is 5. And then we're going to say if apples greater than 5, print apples equals, and then we'll put the number of apples. Else, print carrots equals carrots. Okay, so according to this code, we should get apples, but let's go ahead and step through the code. So I'm going to add a breakpoint here, and then I'm going to press the debug button, stop and run. So this should actually run because it's not a syntax error that's stopping us. If it's a syntax error, the program won't even run. So it tells us at the bottom what our values are, and it gives us an option to display special variables. And you don't need to know too much about that for now. And then to continue to step into the next part of the code, you press this button. This is step over, and it moves to the next. The tool moves to the next line. So now I have a count of apples, I have a count of carrots on the side, and then I have this evaluation. And when I hover over it, it tells me what the result is, so it's true. And then I step over, and it runs the next line. And you use this as a way to debug. Like, let's say we had a logical error, an error where we don't know why something is occurring the way it is, but it's messing up somehow. This is how you would solve it. So stepping through the code line by line allows you to see what's occurring at that particular moment in time. And that's it. That's all I have to show you. You create new projects, you create new files. And that's pretty much it. If you have any more questions about how to use this IDE, please let me know. It is my favorite IDE. So yeah, that's my endorsement. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.